International business culture. The part of Nomital is played by an actress.
I've invited Ms. Nomital, who runs her own company, NT Business Culture, to talk to us today about cultural differences in international business practices.
Hi.
May I start with a very direct question? Is this subject still an issue? I mean, many Asian business people study at Western business schools and universities and are exposed to Western business culture which they adopt when they return home.
Yes, I take your point. In the same way that English is the international language of business, there is an internationally accepted platform of standard international business codes. But that doesn't mean you don't have to be aware of the local customs, traditions and practices when doing international business.
Of course. So, what aspects are you going to be looking at today?
I suppose you could say I'll be looking at the physical side of things, handshakes, body language, that kind of thing.
Oh, right. Which regions are you going to be advising us about?
Well, firstly, I thought the major trading areas, such as North and South America, then Eastern and Western Europe and Scandinavia.
I'm sure the USA is of interest to most business people.
Yes, but you must remember that the United States is not one single cultural region.
Really?
Oh, yes. For example, on the East Coast, business people stand about half a meter apart, specialize in finger-breaking handshakes and maintain direct eye contact throughout a conversation. But you should avoid backslapping, hugs, and hands on shoulders or European-style kisses on the cheek.
I see. And what about other areas of the US?
In the Southwest, both spoken and body language are more relaxed and less formal, though you should still expect a firm handshake, which is accompanied by a warm smile.
How does this compare to South America, say Argentina, for example?
Oh, that's easy. It is a warm culture, with plenty of physical contact, people standing close to each other and strong eye contact. You should expect to be hugged or kissed, even by a new business acquaintance whom you're meeting for the first time, so don't be surprised.
How about Europe, the UK, for example?
Well, the only real difference between England and the USA is the strength of the handshake, which is more moderate than in the States. In Belgium, pointing with your index finger is unacceptable behavior, and so is standing with your hands in your pockets or with your hands behind your back. Sitting back and putting your feet up on a table are the height of bad taste, and yawning or blowing your nose loudly are even worse.
Oh dear, it certainly isn't very aesthetic.
No. I'd like to look at Switzerland as an interesting example. Here they still pay great attention to education from a young age, and this includes correct standing and sitting postures. This means that sitting stretched out in a chair, particularly with your legs stretched out in front, especially in a public place, is rude and inconsiderate. The handshake is firm but moderate, and even children are educated to extend their hands when meeting people.
Scandinavia?
Very correct manners. They keep their distance and are not touchy-feely at all. They will always rise to shake your hand when introduced if they're sitting when you enter the room, and maintain eye contact.
What can you tell us about Eastern Europe, Nomi?
Well, of course, it varies from country to country. But the emphasis is on courtesy and respect of women.
How do you mean?
A Romanian man, for example, will always rise in the presence of a woman, and a Polish man will kiss a woman's hand. By the way, when two Polish or Romanian women meet, they give a gentle hug and light brush of a kiss on both cheeks. Oh, and be careful in Bulgaria.
What should I be careful of?
Unfortunately, for Westerners, a nod of the head that we use to express agreement actually means no, and a shake of the head is a yes.
That could really lose you the deal if you got that wrong.
Definitely. Let me add some words about China.
One of the fastest growing markets in the world.
Yes, indeed, and a difficult one to communicate with too. While many Chinese businessmen have been educated at foreign universities and have adapted to Western business practices such as handshakes, they are a naturally conservative people who keep a safe distance from each other and do not engage in physical contact. There will be no slaps on the shoulder or any other kind of touching. In fact, they may even bow or nod their head rather than shake your hand. Just for your general information, you should know that even if a Chinese businessman receives you with standard Western business cultural practices, he will still go back to his traditional Chinese ways when dealing with other local businessmen.
So he has one code for doing internal business within China and another for foreign business partners?
Exactly. May I finish with a quick comment about Muslim women?
Of course.
Well, if you meet a woman dressed in traditional Muslim religious clothes, such as a burqa or some other kind of veil, don't expect to shake her hand. Physical contact between men and women is forbidden. And remember, Muslims live in parts of Africa and Asia, not just in the Middle East and the Persian Gulf region.
Thank you very much, Nomital, manager of NT Business Culture. You've given us a lot of useful information.